This is how to go about your recommendation.
Your recommendation letter is a very important part of your application overall, because in every other part of the application, it's either you talking about yourself or it's a number that quantifies how well you are in a certain area of like math or science or reading or writing or something. But with the actual recommendation, that's somebody else talking about you. It's kind of a testimony for how other people see you in the school and how active you're in the community. So for recommendation, I think the way you decide who you want to do your recommendation is just think back to a teacher that knows you well. So I don't know about you guys, but for my school, every club is sponsored by a teacher. So the clubs that I'm most involved in are the clubs that have a teacher who I know the most. Also, if there's a teacher that you really connect with during class, that you feel that you can talk to whenever, or that you have talked to, like constantly, just like after class or before class, that would be a great teacher to ask if they can do your recommendation. One of the main things when asking is you should give them time between the time that the recommendation and the actual thing is due, because they also have a lot of things to do from grading and just like being a teacher and like their life outside of school. So taking that into consideration is very important. Another thing is when asking, I like to add a little like touch to it. So it'll be like, hi, so I was wondering if like because I've done da 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 with you and da 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 da. I was wondering if you could like help me with my recommendations. Another thing that would be good for a recommender to know about you when choosing a recommender is they should know your general personality. Like some people are different in the class than outside of class, like with their friends and stuff. They should have a general good overview about who you are as a person. That way they can help you find your fit. Mr. Thielen, what is one tip you have for kids when they're doing a recommendation or asking for a recommendation?
I would definitely say that you need to give the teacher much time before, at least 2 to 3 weeks before, so they can really prepare and write a great letter for you.
I was wondering, do you have any tips for people or like students when they want to ask their recommender?
Yes, so I really appreciate when students come in person and ask me to write them a letter of recommendation in person. And I also like that they have an idea of where they might want to go to school or maybe what they're interested in. I like to know about that. And if they don't know what they're interested in and they're not sure, that's fine, but I like for them to tell me something about what they want to do in their future, maybe. And I also like for them to give me a resume, and for the most part I already know the student because they're asking me because I know them in some activity, but having a resume to write more about them is what I do.
I'm trying something new this year, and I'm asking students to put in words, why did they decide I would be a good person to write a recommendation for them? And I mean about them. Did they do something in my class that they're particularly proud of? Was it a paper? Was it an assignment? Was there something about the way their personality is expressed in my class? And make them put into their words what was really great about them. And that's good practice for them, and it's good to remind me about the specifics.
Oh.